SteveWillDoIt, whose real name is Stephen Dillon, built a reputation as one of YouTube's most outrageous creators. Before his channel's permanent deletion, Steve gave away over $1 million in cash, 32 cars, 52 watches, and even 3 houses, acts of generosity so massive they rivaled the likes of Mr. Beast. His over-the-top stunts and giveaways helped him gain 1 million subscribers within his first month of content creation, marking one of the fastest-growing YouTube channels in history. But Steve's content was far from wholesome, and YouTube executives weren't pleased with his antics. Unlike Mr. Beast, SteveWillDoIt pushed boundaries through extreme drinking challenges, illegal substance consumption, and controversial stunts. He courted further controversy by associating with figures like Donald Trump and promoting offshore gambling casinos. To YouTube, his behavior was simply unacceptable, leading them to eventually ban him from the platform. However, the reason for his removal was shockingly minor, almost unbelievable, highlighting a harsh warning for all creators. Steve's journey began in 2012 when he launched his first YouTube channel, featuring challenges like the Cinnamon Challenge in his friend's backyard. His willingness to test his limits gained attention early on. By 2013, he crossed paths with one of his idols, Shoe Nice, challenging him to a burger-eating contest. Steve's reputation for physical extremes continued to grow, spurred by his teenage years spent dabbling in bodybuilding competitions, partying, and seeking a way to stand out. He felt a deep desire to prove himself. One point I was like, enough is enough. I wanted to be something. In 2017, Steve's infamous rise began with his Instagram account. His friend Alyssa Wilson not only created the account but also gave him the alias SteveWillDoIt, a name he would soon embody. His videos were brutal and shocking, downing bottles of hot sauce without hands, eating chewing tobacco on tortilla chips, and performing extreme stunts that tested his physical limits. Steve essentially punished himself for the amusement of his growing audience, solidifying his role as the internet's daredevil entertainer. Legal troubles and a turning point. At just 18 years old, Steve's life seemed to be heading in the wrong direction. After starting his online career, his reckless behavior caught up with him when he was arrested in Florida. The charges were troubling: possession of marijuana, possession or use of drug equipment, and knowingly driving with a suspended license. For someone so young, these charges painted a bleak picture of his future, and it appeared as though Steve's story would be just another cautionary tale. The fallout from his first arrest was swift. Steve disappeared from Instagram, cutting off the small but loyal following he had managed to gather. It seemed as though he had hit rock bottom, and the momentum he had been building with his crazy challenge videos had come to a screeching halt. However, that wasn't the end of Steve's troubles. Just a few months later, at the age of 19, he found himself in even deeper legal trouble. Steve was arrested again, this time facing more severe charges that included possession of marijuana with intent to sell, possession of drug equipment, and resisting arrest. This second arrest wasn't just a wake-up call, it was a serious threat to his future. Being placed on probation added an extra layer of restriction to his already spiraling life. At this point, many might have given up entirely, but Steve's story took an unexpected turn. Despite the legal setbacks, Steve refused to let these challenges define him. While on probation, he began slowly rebuilding his online presence. His bold and outlandish challenge videos, once dismissed as reckless stunts, started to gain traction again, even though they were initially seen by only a few hundred followers. Steve wrote at one point, "SteveWillDoIt is making a comeback. Can people request things for me to do? Anything but liquor." Steve's determination to bounce back was unwavering, and his persistence began to pay off in ways no one, including Steve himself, could have predicted. One of his wild videos, a clip of him chugging a full bottle of Jack Daniels, would prove to be the key moment that turned his life around. The video showed Steve sitting on his driveway, pounding a 26-ounce bottle of Jack Daniels with a kind of reckless abandon that left viewers in shock. It was disgusting, outrageous, and completely unprecedented. But that moment caught the attention of Kyle Forgerd, the co-founder of the wildly popular YouTube channel NELK. Kyle later recounted the discovery of Steve's video in 2018, an interview saying, "I think my boy Matt, who ran the Full Send IG, I think he sent me, or Lucas, or both of them, they sent me like a video of Steve, and he was chugging Jack Daniels on his driveway, like a full disgusting, I think it was like a 2 to 6. Yeah, it's disgusting. Like what? Yeah, like I saw that and he was on his driveway and he just pounds the whole 2 to 6. And I was like, I've never seen that in my life. Kyle was blown away. The video was unlike anything he had seen before, and it was clear that Steve had something special, a mix of daring, fearlessness, and charisma that could captivate audiences. Kyle and his team at NELK knew they had stumbled upon a diamond in the rough. Joining NELK and rising fame. By 2018, Kyle Forgerd had already built the NELK Boys YouTube channel into a viral powerhouse, boasting over 1 million subscribers. NELK's videos were notorious for their outrageous pranks, heavy drinking, and their full send lifestyle, a philosophy of going all out, no matter the consequences. Kyle recognized that SteveWillDoIt was a perfect fit for their brand. Steve's reckless stunts, fearless personality, and infectious smile embodied everything NELK stood for, making him an obvious addition to the team. The partnership was quick to materialize. In late 2018, after an exchange of DMs, Kyle brought Steve into the NELK fold. A few months later, Steve made his debut appearance on the NELK channel in a video titled Drinking and Lectures Prank. His introduction was brief yet impactful. Kyle introduced him to the world with a simple, "And we want to introduce you to one of our boys, SteveWillDoIt." Steve responded with his signature energy. "What's good, baby?" Kyle followed up. "What's up, man?" It didn't take long for NELK's fans to latch on to Steve. They were instantly drawn to his authenticity, fearlessness, and the pure joy he exuded while taking on the wildest challenges. His genuine charm and willingness to do absolutely anything set him apart. Fans admired that Steve wasn't trying to be anyone else. He was simply himself, always ready to entertain. Steve quickly went from being a guest star to a central figure in NELK's most viral videos. He became a major part of their content, contributing to the team's legendary pranks and over-the-top adventures. One of Steve's most memorable moments came in the 2019 video We Completely Ruined a Wine Tour in Italy, which remains one of the group's biggest hits with nearly 10 million views to date. In the video, Steve's antics were unforgettable. He slammed an entire bottle of wine and then, in a display of chaos only he could pull off, dove across a table, shattering wine glasses and stunning onlookers. It was reckless, outrageous, and peak SteveWillDoIt, the kind of moment that solidified his status as a fan favorite. As Steve's popularity within the NELK community skyrocketed, so did his own following. In under a year, Steve amassed 1 million followers on Instagram, a meteoric rise that underscored just how much fans loved his unfiltered, over-the-top content. However, Steve's success wasn't without controversy. Many of his videos still featured underage drinking, and he was technically still on probation. Yet his growing fan base and viral fame made him nearly untouchable, a star who could no longer be relegated to a supporting role. By 2019, it was clear that Steve had outgrown his role as a mere side character on the NELK Boys channel. His daring stunts, larger-than-life personality, and unmatched ability to connect with fans turned him into a standalone star. Fans couldn't get enough of him, and Steve's rise to fame was just getting started. SteveWillDoIt's YouTube channel. On May 30th, 2019, SteveWillDoIt took a bold step and launched his very own YouTube channel. Riding the wave of NELK's success and its fiercely loyal fan base, Steve's channel exploded in popularity almost instantly. Within just 3 days, Steve amassed an astonishing 415,000 subscribers, an achievement that left even him in disbelief. Dude, check the stats. 415,000 subscribers, 3 days, bro. That's insane. Steve's fans were ready and waiting for his unique brand of extreme entertainment. His first video on the platform skyrocketed to the #1 trending spot on YouTube, cementing his status as a rising star. While NELK's content centered around vlogs and elaborate pranks, Steve leaned into what had made him a viral sensation on Instagram, his extreme drinking and eating challenges. In his signature no-limit style, Steve didn't hold back. His early videos pushed the boundaries of what audiences had seen on YouTube. Some of his most iconic early uploads included, "I ate 4,500 milligrams of THC edibles," a mind-bending feat that shocked viewers with its audacity. "Attempting to eat 30 burgers at In-N-Out," a massive eating challenge that demonstrated Steve's relentless determination. "The World's Biggest Joint Challenge," a video that only amplified his reputation for going all out, no matter the task. Steve's outrageous content resonated with fans, who loved his raw, unfiltered approach to challenges that most people wouldn't dare to attempt. His energy, charisma, and complete disregard for limits set him apart in a crowded online entertainment landscape. The numbers didn't lie. Within just 1 month of launching his channel, SteveWillDoIt hit a staggering 1 million subscribers, a meteoric rise that placed him among the fastest-growing channels in YouTube history. His success wasn't just about shocking audiences. It was about his ability to connect with viewers who admired his authenticity and fearless attitude. Steve's rapid ascent to YouTube stardom marked the beginning of a new chapter. No longer just a side character in NELK's videos, SteveWillDoIt had officially carved out his own space as one of the most entertaining and daring creators on the platform. His channel wasn't just about challenges, it was about proving that with enough determination and full send mentality, anything is possible. Content struggles and YouTube demonetization. Despite SteveWillDoIt's meteoric rise on YouTube, his content quickly became a target for the platform's strict guidelines and advertiser policies. Steve's over-the-top drinking challenges, wild stunts, and explicit antics, though wildly popular with fans, clashed with YouTube's standards for advertiser-friendly content. From the start, it was clear that Steve's videos, no matter how viral, would struggle to stay on the platform. Steve himself voiced frustration over YouTube's restrictive measures, which often led to demonetization or even complete video removals. "They don't let me post what I want. Like, I posted a video of me drinking beer. It got 2.5 million views very quickly. Then I posted a video of me drinking a bunch of wine, and they deleted that video and my beer video too." The problem wasn't just about demonetization, it was about sustainability. Steve's brand thrived on boundary-pushing challenges, but YouTube's strikes and removals meant that many of his most outrageous and entertaining videos disappeared within days of being uploaded. The constant battle with the platform's guidelines made it nearly impossible to maintain the momentum his channel had built. For Steve, continuing to upload videos only to have them removed or demonetized didn't make sense. Each strike brought him closer to losing his channel altogether, and relying solely on YouTube's traditional monetization system wasn't a long-term option. Adapting to the challenges. Recognizing the need to adapt, Steve began to rethink his approach. He understood that while YouTube provided a massive platform for growth and visibility, he couldn't depend on it for financial success. Instead, Steve started exploring alternative strategies to stay relevant and profitable without compromising his signature brand of extreme entertainment. One key adjustment came through collaborations and sponsorships. By leveraging his rapidly growing fan base and his affiliation with NELK and the Full Send brand, Steve was able to bring in revenue from merchandise drops, exclusive sponsorships, and paid partnerships outside of YouTube's monetization system. Additionally, Steve began focusing on content that was still outrageous and entertaining but better navigated YouTube's guidelines. Videos that showcased extravagant giveaways, insane pranks, and high-stakes bets replaced some of the more explicit drinking challenges. These changes allowed Steve to continue creating viral content while keeping his channel afloat. The power of brand loyalty. Steve's ability to adapt highlights one of his greatest strengths, his deeply loyal fan base. His viewers didn't just watch his videos for the stunts, they watched because they were drawn to Steve's charisma, authenticity, and full send mentality. Even as he faced strikes, demonetization, and content restrictions, his audience remained engaged and supportive, following him wherever he went. By combining strategic pivots with unwavering dedication to his fans, Steve turned what could have been a career-ending setback into an opportunity to diversify and strengthen his platform. His journey proves that success on YouTube isn't just about playing by the rules, it's about finding creative ways to thrive in spite of them. The new Steve Will Do It: Cars, Cash, and Generosity. The new Steve Will Do It: Cars, Cash, and Generosity. By 2020, Steve Will Do It had undergone a dramatic transformation. Known initially for his outrageous drinking challenges and extreme stunts, Steve shifted gears to focus on life-changing giveaways and acts of generosity. This reinvention allowed him to shed the controversy surrounding his earlier content while maintaining his reputation as a bold, larger-than-life figure. Steve's new approach centered on giving back to those in need. Whether it was cars, jewelry, or staggering amounts of cash, his videos became a platform for changing lives, often showcasing heartwarming moments of generosity that resonated deeply with fans. The sheer scale and frequency of his giveaways quickly made this new version of Steve Will Do It an even bigger sensation than before. Notable acts of generosity. Steve's acts of kindness were as jaw-dropping as they were impactful. His giveaways spanned communities and borders, leaving viewers in awe of his willingness to share his success. Gifting cars to single moms and veterans, Steve surprised hard-working single mothers and military veterans with brand new cars, alleviating financial stress and offering life-changing relief. These moments often brought recipients to tears, and fans praised Steve for using his platform for good. Helping underprivileged kids, Steve frequently visited underprivileged neighborhoods, blessing kids with cash and gifts, often handing out thousands of dollars. The genuine joy on their faces became some of the most powerful moments in his videos. A $100,000 giveaway in Mexico. In one of his most memorable giveaways, Steve traveled to Mexico and handed out $100,000 in cash to strangers in need. This act not only cemented his reputation for generosity, but also showed that his kindness extended beyond borders. The funds for these extravagant giveaways came from brand partnerships, sponsorship deals, and his own business ventures, which had flourished alongside his popularity. Steve's entrepreneurial mindset ensured that his content remained sustainable even as he gave away massive amounts of money and luxury items. A shift towards independence. Around this time, Steve began to separate himself from NELK. While his early success was deeply tied to the Full Send brand, his new direction, centered on generosity and weekly vlogs, pushed him toward building his independent identity. In 2020, Steve relocated to Miami, where he purchased a $3 million penthouse. This move limited his ability to appear regularly in NELK's prank videos and vlogs, but it also gave him the space to carve out his unique niche. Despite the lack of a clear concept or storyline, Steve's weekly vlogs were an undeniable success. Half the content often consisted of lavish giveaways, and the other half showcased his over-the-top lifestyle, complete with luxury cars, penthouse living, and celebrity connections. Fans couldn't get enough, and each video consistently racked up millions of views. Why it worked. Steve's pivot to generosity resonated because it felt genuine. Unlike other creators who give away items as publicity stunts, Steve maintained a relatable charm and down-to-earth personality that made his acts of kindness feel authentic. Fans admired his humility and the fact that he used his platform to make a real difference. Whether helping struggling families or surprising friends with extravagant gifts, Steve had successfully rebranded himself as a content creator who embodied positivity, generosity, and success. This new direction allowed Steve to sidestep YouTube's strict guidelines while still producing engaging content. By focusing on giveaways and heartwarming moments rather than controversial stunts, he built a brand that appealed to a broader audience, including those drawn to uplifting stories of kindness and transformation. The legacy of reinvention. SteveWillDoIt's ability to reinvent himself reflects his deep understanding of his audience and the ever-changing landscape of online content. He proved that creators can adapt, thrive, and make a meaningful impact without losing the essence of what makes them unique. Through his acts of generosity and his weekly vlogs, Steve transformed his image from a reckless stuntman to a philanthropic entertainer with a loyal following and an undeniable cultural impact. Steve's journey is a testament to the power of reinvention and generosity. By giving back to others, he not only changed their lives, but also solidified his place as one of the most influential and admired personalities on the internet. YouTube's double standards. Despite SteveWillDoIt's shift toward generosity and life-changing giveaways, YouTube continued to scrutinize his content. Steve's videos frequently showcased activities like smoking, gambling, and partying, often featuring controversial figures such as rapper 6999. While these elements resonated with his fans and reflected a certain unfiltered authenticity, YouTube viewed them as violations of its advertiser-friendly guidelines. Steve was quick to point out YouTube's double standards when it came to enforcing these rules. He noted the hypocrisy of YouTube's treatment of creators compared to the music industry. There are plenty of music videos on YouTube that portray the exact same lifestyle and are even more graphic, and those are fully monetized and generating hundreds of millions of views. But that is considered art. If a vlogger does it, it's considered not suitable for advertisers. Indeed, YouTube has long been criticized for allowing explicit content in music videos, including depictions of drug use, partying, and suggestive imagery, while penalizing vloggers and independent creators for similar content. These music videos, often produced by record labels and major artists, remain fully monetized and rake in enormous profits, while creators like Steve face demonetization, video removals, and channel strikes for far less provocative content. Financial impact and brand deals. Steve's demonetization meant that he was no longer earning money directly through YouTube's partner program. For most content creators, this would have been a massive blow, especially given Steve's ability to generate millions of views per video. However, Steve had already begun building alternative revenue streams, ensuring his career remained profitable. Instead of relying on YouTube's ads, Steve secured six-figure brand deals for individual videos, partnering with companies that aligned with his audience and personal brand. We have offers from two companies that we love. And there are six-figure deals for a YouTube advertisement. These deals allowed Steve to fund his videos, giveaways, and extravagant acts of kindness while staying true to his style. By maintaining independence from YouTube's ad program, he avoided being at the mercy of the platform's inconsistent enforcement of guidelines. How was Steve making his money? Despite YouTube's demonetization of his content, SteveWillDoIt managed to fund his lavish lifestyle, private jets, and jaw-dropping giveaways through several lucrative business ventures. Many were left wondering how Steve could afford to hand out hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash and luxury cars without income directly from YouTube. Here's how he did it. Steve's partnership with the NELK boys and the Full Send brand played a significant role in his financial success. In 2019, NELK began selling SteveWillDoIt branded merchandise, capitalizing on his rapidly growing popularity. According to the New York Times, NELK sold $50 million worth of Full Send merchandise in 2020. By 2021, they were projected to surpass $70 million in sales. The drop-based model used by Full Send created a sense of exclusivity and urgency, with merchandise often selling out within minutes. Steve, as a prominent face of the brand, likely earned a substantial cut from these profits. In 2021, NELK expanded their empire by launching Happy Dad Hard Seltzer, a product that quickly became a phenomenon among fans. Steve was a key player in promoting the brand, leveraging his fan base to drive massive demand. Liquor stores frequently sold out of Happy Dad within hours of restocking thanks to the brand's viral popularity. While the exact terms of Steve's involvement remain unclear, even a small ownership stake in Happy Dad would translate into significant income given the product's enormous success. Perhaps Steve's most controversial source of income came through gambling sponsorships. In 2021, Steve, along with other influencers like Aiden Ross, FaZe Banks, and Rice Gum, partnered with offshore crypto casinos, including Roobet. Since gambling on platforms like Roobet was illegal in the United States, Steve and others would fly to Mexico to live stream their high-stakes gambling sessions. These streams often showcased Steve winning or losing hundreds of thousands of dollars in real time, captivating audiences. The financial rewards for Steve were staggering. After accidentally leaking a conversation with a competitor, fellow influencer Aiden Ross revealed that they were making over $1.4 million a month from their gambling sponsorships. The rise and fall of Roobet's success came largely from influencer referrals. Viewers who signed up and gambled, often losing money through the influencers' referral links, generated massive profits for both the platform and the creators. However, cracks began to appear when ethical concerns surfaced. Fake currency allegations. It was alleged that Steve was not gambling with his own money. Instead, Roobet provided him with fake crypto credits, creating the illusion of high-stakes betting. Steve later admitted, "If I started putting my own money, I feel like I could, but it could be dangerous. I see it as there's no point in putting my body or mind through that type of stress, so I don't need it. Impact on fans. While Steve faced no personal financial risk, his streams encouraged his young and impressionable audience to gamble with their own money, a dangerous and addictive habit. The internet reacts. Roulette controversy. The ethical concerns surrounding gambling streams exploded after investigative YouTubers like CoffeeZilla and some ordinary gamers exposed the influencer-backed gambling industry. They released in-depth series highlighting how platforms like Roulette exploited viewers through referral codes, promoted gambling to vulnerable audiences without proper disclaimers. During an interview with CoffeeZilla, Steve admitted, "I have a gambling problem, and gambling is not good." The backlash was swift, with critics pointing out the moral issues of Steve profiting massively from his fans' gambling losses, his own acknowledgement that gambling had become unenjoyable and problematic. Despite the controversy, the scandal quickly blew over, a common trend with internet drama. By 2022, Steve and many other influencers returned to gambling streams, this time partnering with Stake, another popular crypto casino. The bigger picture. SteveWillDoIt. Its ability to sustain his extravagant lifestyle without relying on YouTube monetization highlights. His innovative approach to the modern creator economy. Through a combination of alternative income streams, loyal fans, and strategic partnerships, Steve demonstrated how creators can thrive even when facing platform restrictions. Alternative revenue streams, merchandise sales, sponsorships, and his role in launching Happy Dad Hard Seltzer provided substantial income outside YouTube. Audience loyalty. Steve's massive fan base continued to support him across platforms, ensuring his content maintained relevance and reach. Strategic partnerships. Collaborations with NELK, Full Send, and gambling companies like Roulette and Stake propelled his financial success even in the absence of YouTube ad revenue. While controversial, Steve's methods reflect the evolving landscape of the creator economy, where influencers leverage brand deals and external opportunities to navigate challenges like demonetization. The rise of Stake. As Steve distanced himself from the gambling controversies of Roulette, a new opportunity emerged with Stake, a crypto casino that rapidly became one of the most popular platforms in the world. With partnerships from celebrities like Drake, Stake established itself as a dominant force in online gambling, offering a fresh start and significant paydays for influencers like Steve. For SteveWillDoIt, Stake became a vital component of his content strategy. His brand, centered around high-stakes challenges, giveaways, and gambling entertainment, resonated with millions of viewers. At the height of his success, his main YouTube channel grew to 5 million subscribers. Weekly videos featured even larger giveaways, luxury gifts, and entertaining vlogs. Steve launched a second channel dedicated to gambling highlights clipped from his Twitch streams. Everything seemed to be going perfectly, until one small, seemingly insignificant mistake changed everything. The fatal mistake, a forgotten URL. YouTube has strict guidelines for creators posting gambling-related content. While showing gambling sessions is generally allowed, including links or direct URLs to gambling websites is strictly prohibited. Creators must blur out or hide any URLs associated with gambling platforms to comply with these rules. Unfortunately, Steve's team made a critical oversight. In one of the videos on his second channel, the URL for Stake was not blurred out. While the content itself adhered to YouTube's policies, the unintentional inclusion of the URL violated platform guidelines. This seemingly minor slip-up led to YouTube terminating his second channel. YouTube takes action. Following the termination of his gambling channel, Steve attempted to rebound quickly. He created a new second channel and promoted it in one of his vlogs on his main channel. Before proceeding, Steve claims he sought advice from a YouTube representative who reportedly told him, "You should be fine if the Google AdSense account on your main channel isn't associated with your second channel." Steve emphasized that the two channels had completely separate AdSense accounts that he didn't even control directly. However, YouTube's internal review painted a different picture. On August 1st, 2022, SteveWillDoIt received a devastating call. His main channel, with over 5 million subscribers, was permanently deleted. The loss was monumental. Steve's primary platform, which he had spent years building through viral videos, giveaways, and loyal fan engagement, was wiped out in an instant. The fallout Steve's ban sparked outrage among his fans and the broader creator community. Many argued that YouTube's punishment was disproportionately harsh for such a small oversight, especially given that similar gambling references are commonly found in monetized music videos and other content. Critics highlighted double standards in YouTube's enforcement of policies. Music videos featuring gambling, drugs, and explicit content remain monetized and fully promoted. Independent creators like Steve are penalized for similar content, regardless of intent or impact. SteveWillDoIt, however, remained resilient. Despite the loss of his channel, his brand and reputation as a viral entertainer and philanthropist ensured that he continued to thrive on other platforms, such as Instagram and Rumble, where his audience eagerly followed him. The deletion of his channel serves as a cautionary tale for content creators navigating YouTube's complex guidelines. Yet it also underscores SteveWillDoIt's lasting influence, proving that even when platforms change the rules, creators with a strong brand and loyal fan base can adapt and continue to succeed. Was it a targeted ban? SteveWillDoIt's permanent ban from YouTube sparked widespread speculation. Normally, YouTube enforces a 3-strike system before terminating a channel. Yet Steve's main channel was deleted without any active strikes. This unusual move led many to believe that YouTube had been looking for a reason to take him down. Steve himself shared his experience when receiving the news. "They called me the day of deletion, and the girl on the phone seemed pretty stoked. I was with my editor, and we were like, 'Bro, she's happy to tell us this.' It was messed up." Fans, celebrities, and fellow content creators expressed confusion. If YouTube had banned Steve during his earlier days of underage drinking stunts or extreme challenges, the decision might have been justified. But at the time of his removal, Steve had shifted his focus to life-changing giveaways, helping veterans, single moms, and underprivileged communities. The final nail: ban evasion. The reason behind Steve's channel termination boiled down to a ban evasion policy. When Steve's second channel, dedicated to gambling highlights, was terminated due to an unblurred stake URL, he created a new channel and promoted it through his main channel. This violated YouTube's rules, as creators with terminated channels are not allowed to create or promote new accounts. YouTube's enforcement of this policy was strict. If I got banned on my second channel, Pat CC, I wouldn't be allowed to post on my main channel, Patrick CC. If I did, YouTube could terminate both channels for ban evasion. Steve believes YouTube seized this moment to take him down, citing their double standards and alleged targeting. Many of his fans agree, questioning whether the ban was truly about the policy violation or simply an excuse to remove Steve from the platform. Life after YouTube. After his permanent ban, Steve signed an exclusive deal with Rumble in September 2022. Rumble, often described as a free speech platform, has attracted creators who feel censored by YouTube due to its looser content guidelines. However, Steve's move to Rumble came with significant challenges. Viewership decline. While some loyal fans followed Steve to Rumble, His reach was a fraction of what it had been on YouTube. Loss of relevance. Steve's brand thrived on viral giveaways and massive exposure, which are harder to replicate on smaller platforms. Smaller audience. Fewer views meant less impact for his extravagant videos, diminishing the buzz that once surrounded his content. The shift highlighted the power YouTube wields over content creators. Despite having alternative platforms, Steve's inability to replicate his success on Rumble underscores the difficulty of maintaining relevance outside YouTube's vast audience, YouTube's power over creators. Steve's ban raises broader questions about YouTube's influence and the risks creators face. Strict policy enforcement. Even minor mistakes, such as failing to blur a gambling URL, can result in devastating consequences. Inconsistency. Critics point out that YouTube allows music videos and other mainstream content with similar themes, gambling, drinking, and explicit visuals, to remain monetized. Yet creators like Steve face harsher scrutiny. Platform dependence. Steve's story highlights the danger of relying on a single platform. YouTube's policies are absolute, and creators can lose years of work overnight. For Steve, his unconventional style, centered around extreme challenges, generous giveaways, and controversial associations, made him both a star and a liability. His affiliation with figures like 69999, combined with his gambling sponsorships, likely placed him under YouTube's microscope. The move to Rumble offered Steve a fresh start, where he could post content without worrying about demonetization or deletion. However, Rumble lacks YouTube's audience size and global reach. While Steve continues to upload content, the numbers tell a clear story. Fewer views mean less influence. Viral giveaways, which once reached millions, now have a limited impact. His overall relevance in the creator space has diminished. Rumble's platform may cater to creators seeking freedom, but for someone like Steve, whose brand relied on widespread visibility, it's been a noticeable step down. Steve's legacy. Lessons for creators. Steve will do. Its rise and fall on YouTube serves as a cautionary tale for content creators navigating the platform's policies. Follow the rules to the letter. Even minor oversights like an unblurred URL can have catastrophic consequences. Diversify income and platforms. Relying solely on YouTube leaves creators vulnerable to sudden bans or demonetization. Consistency matters. Content that pushes boundaries may gain fans but also attracts stricter scrutiny. Steve's story also highlights the double standards of platform enforcement. While mainstream entertainment often gets a pass, individual creators face harsher penalties for similar content. The bigger picture, is this the end for Steve? While Steve's YouTube career may have ended abruptly, his influence persists. He still commands a loyal fan base and remains active on platforms like Rumble and social media. However, without YouTube's reach, it's unclear if Steve will ever recapture his former glory. Some speculate that Steve could return to mainstream platforms with safer, more polished content or pivot into new ventures, such as business or philanthropy. Others believe his time in the spotlight has passed, as new creators rise to fill the void. Final thoughts. Steve will do its journey, from reckless challenge videos to life-changing giveaways, and ultimately his ban, reflects both the opportunities and risks of internet fame. His story serves as a powerful reminder of how quickly success can unravel in the digital age. For his fans, Steve's generosity and authenticity made him a beloved figure. For critics, his controversies were too significant to ignore. In the end, his downfall came from a small mistake that triggered YouTube's strict policies, an outcome that continues to spark debate about fairness and the future of content creation. Whether SteveWillDoIt can reinvent himself or fade into obscurity remains to be seen. One thing is certain: his story is a roller coaster that embodies the highs and lows of being a digital creator in an ever-changing online world.